Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, which is the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions Manchester United related. And it is going to be a long, long summer for Manchester United. In regards to rumours, it always is, just in terms of players. Well, now we have the whole managerial side of things. Mauricio Pochettino linked with the Manchester United job. Graham Potter's also been linked with the Manchester United job. It has been confirmed De Zerbi is leaving Brighton. AC Milan could be a destination for him. Bayern Munich could be a destination for him. And of course, Manchester United could be a destination for him as well. So we're discussing those things. In regards to England with the Euros coming up, Marcus Rashford has been left out of the England squad. I'm super surprised about that. Luke Shaw did make the provisional squad, but I seen a quote stating that Gareth Southgate had said it's a long shot of him making the team. Maguire did make the team as well, though, and he will go. But I'm surprised about the Rashford omission. But we're going to discuss all of those things anyway, people. But before I bring in the gang, make sure you run up the likes, hit the like button on the video. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, hit the like button. If you don't have a YouTube account, get one, because I know you have an email address. Just sign up, and then you can hit the like button. You can share across all the socials, because I know you're on social media. And make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. It is road to 12K, people. But let me bring the gang into the building. Ivorian is here. Eddie is here. What you man telling me, man? Everybody good?
Bro, you just said some mad, wild shit regarding Gareth Scrubgate, Gareth Solskjaer. You're telling me this guy put Luke on Shaw in a provisional, who has been unfit throughout the whole season, and Maguire still makes it even though he's been injured? Criminal. This favoritism needs to stop. This is the reason why England won't make it far. You know, this is the reason why I call him Scrubgate, aka Gareth Solskjaer. This stuff like this favoritism. How is Luke Shaw making the squad? This guy's been unavailable throughout the whole season for Manchester United, and he's made it. And you said this. You did say he said it might be a long shot, but I can guarantee you that
So
that guy
probably
will
not make
him.
You know what? Since he's dropped Rashford, no Mount either in there, no Jordan Henderson. I actually don't think Shaw will make it. And I said this yesterday. I was talking. I thought players would make it, but Southgate's actually shown. It's crazy. This is how low we think of him as a manager. The fact that he's made the right decision, and we're surprised, and I'm giving him his plaudits for doing the basics. I'm super shocked Rashford didn't make the provisional. I'm super shocked he said. I'm super shocked that he said it's a long shot for sure. I'm super shocked Henderson didn't make the provisional. Like the attacking players he actually picked are actually the right players.
I have to see the provisional squad.
Yeah. We'll pull up the provisional squad. Like, it's crazy. He actually picked, like, I looked at the attackers, I was like, damn, like, you actually pick the right attackers in the provisional. Like Eze made it, for example. I didn't think Eze was gonna make it. Thoroughly deserved. He should. But like Eze's there, Gordon's there, Watkins, obviously Harry Kane, Saka, etc. But we'll pull up the squad. Cole Palmer, I believe, is there as well. But Warrior J has put it here. Maguire, Shaw, and Maino have all been called up for England's pre-Euros provisional squad. And then this is him on Rashford. Southgate on leaving Marcus Rashford out. These are difficult calls. Players who are very good players. With Marcus, I just feel other players in the area of the pitch have had better seasons. Delo and Bruno have made the Portugal Euro 2024 squad. And Luke Shaw, I was right. He says he is up against it with injury. He missed a lot of football. The fact he's been our first choice in that position, we're probably giving him a bit longer. I've spoke with him, but I have to say he's a long shot to make the final squad. Crazy. Yeah, Warrior J, drop the whole squad in the chat, please. Yes. Drop the whole squad in the chat. Big up to Jordan S. Big up my guy Eli as well. Go on, Eddie. Thoughts, fam. Talk to us.
I just, shout out the gang. It's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious to me. Like, the man has not played football at all, and you put him in the squad. You mean to tell me you could not find another left back? You're that desperate for Luke Shaw 15 minutes of pure football, as they call it? Because that's the most he's going to give you in a game. It's a good 15 minutes, pause. Like, I don't get this shit, bro. I'm going to be real. I think it only shows his ineptitude. And to Ivorian's point and your point, it's on brand. It's on brand. Because even the Rashford thing was easy. The Rashford thing was easy. The funniest part is him calling.
Let me ask you though, Eddie. Was you
Ah.
shocked? Was you shocked that Rashford didn't make the squad? Because I was shocked.
No,
Oh, so you expected
No.
Southgate to drop him? I thought Southgate was going to take him and start him. I'm not going to
it
lie.
was easy. It was easy, dog. And then he's trying. The funniest shit to me is, we're gonna put Jude as a forward. The fuck? The fuck are you talking about Jude as a forward for?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's crazy. So you cracked the code, Southgate. That's what you want to tell us. You gonna do something no one's ever done before. Even the great Real Madrid couldn't get this right. We gonna put him in midfield. No. Scratch that. He's a winger. Get the fuck out of here. So, we move, man. We move. Shout out to Southgate. Again, England. Y'all want to do something? You know what to do. Leave that brother at the bus stop. It's that simple. You leave him there, you'll get what you're due. I mean, again, this Euro squad, it's a bit stanky, but they got some players in there.
Yeah.
They got some players in there, so I'm interested to see what they produce.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Shout out to Warrior J because he's dropping the full England squad. Well, they're provisional because obviously I think 3 players miss out because I'm not sure how. Actually, let me
I don't know. Is it a 30-man squad or a 28-man squad? Because I heard it got increased because it used to be a 23-man squad.
I think the provisional might be 30 and then the actual squad is 26. So 4 players will miss out, I think. But don't quote me on that. The chat will let me know on that. So I'm looking here, Warrior J. So goalkeepers, Dean Henderson, Jordan Pickford, Aaron Ramsdale, James Trafford. The defenders, Braithwaite, Lewis Dunk, Gomez, Guehi, Konza, Maguire. Gomez, Guehi, Konza, Maguire, Kwanzaa. That's why I got it mixed up. Shaw, Stones, Trippier, and Walker. And Coach's Corner says 26-man squad, 33-man provisional. So yes. So you're gonna cook quite a bit there, yo. That's not nothing light.
He's got Trent midfield as a Trent Alexander in midfield. Yeah,
midfielders are Trent, Gallagher, Wharton, Jones, Maino, and Rice. And we're just waiting for the attack. And the forwards, Bellingham, Bowen, Eze, Foden, Gordon, Grealish, Kane, Madison, Palmer, Saka, Ivan Toney, maybe I missed Ivan Toney's name, Watkins. They're stacked in the forward area. That's a fantastic.
Yeah, but they have to trim that forward area because only a handful can go.
Yeah, because it's 7 players. Go on, fam.
Eze ain't making it. Grealish ain't making it. Tony ain't making it. Watkins ain't making it.
Well, you think he's just going to go with Harry Maguire, the only recognizable striker?
Harry Kane, you mean?
I mean, sorry.
Yeah,
I apologize, guys. Harry Kane.
Who does he cut? I think I didn't go lie. I think he cuts from the. So if it's 7,
I think Ivan Toney or Ollie Watkins will go.
Yeah, because he's gonna cut one of the goalkeepers will get cut, so that takes it down to 6.
Probably. Out of I'd probably go with Watkins because he had the better year.
Defenders wise, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he ain't gonna take 11 defenders.
Yeah.
So at least a couple of these will probably get cut. Let's say it's a Dunk and a Kwanzaa, for example. I could see those 2 getting cut.
Yeah.
Which wait, Kwanzaa or Konza? Because Kwanzaa. Okay.
Yeah, Kwanzaa, the Liverpool centre back. I could see those 2 getting cut, for example.
You confusing the fuck out of me, bro.
So that's 3. Yeah, it's only
Kwanzaa. Oh my god, yeah. I get it.
No. There's both. Yeah, that's why I got mixed up. It's Konza and Kwanzaa. There's 2. Konza, the Aston Villa centre back, and Kwanzaa, the Liverpool centre back. So yeah. So Kwanzaa, the Liverpool centre back, and say Guehi. I could see those 2 getting cut. So that's down to 3. I might even be more than that because the midfielders is light. Because if you look, I don't see maybe a Wharton gets cut from this or Jones.
But Wharton, I think he can get cut because I don't know much about him.
So that's 4, and then you'd have to cut 3 from this. Let's say it is a Tony, a Madison.
I don't think Bowen will make it.
You don't think Bowen? Let's say Bowen.
I don't think so because you look at Foden, you look at how great of season Foden has. Carl Palmer will definitely go because he's had a fantastic season. I think he's won Player of the Year for Young Player of the Year. I think so. I can't remember who won the Young Player of the Year for the Premier League. And you've got the Player of the Season, which is of course Foden. Gordon's had a good season. Yeah. Grealish is the only one that you can question mark because he hasn't been the same, and he's not been great. Like he's had the best season this season compared to his first season. But this season, he hasn't really been involved in the Man City team. So I feel like he could be a question. But Bowen definitely could be someone that, you know what, we're not going to take you. We're just putting you there just to make the list.
I would take Bowen though. From this, you would have cut. Yeah, I'd take Bowen 100%. Because I was thinking about it from the right hand side. Let's say they're playing a 4-2-3-1, so you're looking at right wingers, left wingers, and 10s.
Yeah, but you're looking at two left wingers, two right wingers, and
my two right wingers are Saka and Bowen. That's who I'm taking. That's my
two left wingers. Two left wingers. He doesn't play Phil Foden in the 10. He plays him on the left.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I would actually start for Foden on the left. To me, makes sense. I get it because Foden's just one of them. You just get him out there type of thing. So I would actually play like Foden from the left, and then
you got Palmer. Who's had fantastic season.
Yeah, I put Palmer. I'd have Palmer as a 10 there because you can mix it up. But I'd have Foden from the left. I think Gordon has to go because he's something different from all of these players. He has the express pace because he's electric. So I think you need that in particular if you're in the latter stages of a game, extra time. That's the type of player you want off the bench. So I would take
60 minutes. 60 minutes. You put Gordon in there.
Yeah, or even longer than that. Eddie, say for instance, it's extra time. All right, let's throw Gordon out there for half an hour. Like that's the last person you want to see as an opposition is Gordon coming on extra time, or even like half time and extra time. You're not trying to see
something different because Southgate doesn't do that. He doesn't go for the win. He goes for let me make a defensive substitute so we don't lose.
Yeah, but I hear that. And then as for the 10s, Palmer. Yeah,
I think Maddison.
I'm taking Eze because Maddison.
Eze over Maddison.
Cliff. Yeah. Maddison, I'm a big fan of Maddison, but it's form fell.
I just don't feel like Southgate.
Oh yeah, forget what Southgate would. This is what we would do.
Okay,
we ain't trying to be in the realm. That's like trying to think what Ollie's trying to do or Ten Hag. I forgot that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I would do personally. And to me, I'm taking for the 10 role. I'm taking Palmer and Eze. I'm not taking Maddison because his form fell off a cliff.
I'm with that.
Yeah, Bellingham goes because I think he can play in as part of the midfield as well. Go on, Eddie. What you say?
Let him get his mind right because like you said, he was poor. And I'm a Maddison fan saying that. So I would say the question marks for me, probably Grealish. Damn, actually, y'all have a hell of an attack. I actually do like a lot of the names on here.
The attack, there's no one there I look at and go, oh, you're awful and shouldn't be there.
Yeah, that's true. Everyone's out there. Cool up.
Yeah, like everybody's other talent, even though, but I'm just going off form. And the reason why I take 3 strikers, I would take Kane, Watkins, and Tony. And the reason why I take Ivan Tony, penalties. Solely taking penalties because he's a bad boy.
The only one who has to kind of like stick at striker, I'd say, is Watkins.
Yeah,
is like the most pure striker. I think Tony and Kane, like you said with Foden, you can move them around the pitch, just get them out there. But yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, like Ivan Tony, I'm taking for, but like I said, like the fact that Ward-Prowse hasn't made the squad is crazy to me. I've said this for the longest. How you rely on set pieces and you have one of the best set piece takers in the country, probably the best set piece taker in the country, and don't take him. I'm not saying he should start. I'm saying he should be a part of the squad. Again, extra time, throw on Ward-Prowse, free kick late on. Why not have him there? And you rely on set pieces, and he has fantastic delivery from set pieces. I don't get it. Like Ward-Prowse there, and it's not even like you're blessed in the midfield area. Like the forward area, it's like
we need playmakers. I've always said it before, Flores.
There's enough there. You just have to play him.
We need this pure number 10s who can control the midfield and create lots of chances and just grab the game by the scruff of the neck. What I'm talking about playmakers, pure playmakers like a Luka Modric who will grab the game by the scruff of the neck.
You're talking like a deep line playmaker like that.
Yeah, England always been missing that in the midfield. But I'm glad that Kobe Mainoo's coming through, and we're seeing a little bit of that type of players in that particular mode. Those Xavi, those Busquets players coming into the England national team. But again, Kobe Mainoo is still a player that's still learning. And but the other players as well is a bit of a question. Jude Bellingham would be great if Southgate can avoid playing him in a number 10 role. Stop trying to emulate what they do at their club and figure it out for yourself at international level and play him in the midfield free, or play him in a double pivot where he can create as well from deep line position. Because Bellingham is good at that. He's done that for Dortmund. and I know playing for Real Madrid, he's played in the number 10 role, but again, he's a complete midfielder that can play in the 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, and you're not done. Southgate, you're not done. Cause stop trying to mimic Pep Guardiola by playing Phil Foden in the wing when Phil Foden will probably be better playing in the midfield, like in the middle or something like that. Just stop it.
He's got a selection headache.
He's got a selection, but I don't trust him with to solve the equations.
We know he gonna mess it up, but like you have the correct answers. It's just getting the correct cohesion out there in regards to what. Because like I say, that forward line is talented. That's one thing. It's stacked with his talent, and it's different players in there as well. It's not like you have all number 10s or you have all right wingers or all left wingers or all strikers. You have a good mix. Like you have good options everywhere in regards to the midfield. It's going to be Maino and Rice. And I think that's the best balance. It's not ideal, but it's the best balance because Trent in midfield, I think, is a terrible idea. Let me just clarify that.
This is the same manager that took 3 right backs to an international competition. Walker, what's it called? Walker, Kyle Walker, what's the other guy that plays in Newcastle right now? Their right back.
Who? Livramento.
No. Newcastle. The other one, the captain, man. Spurs, ex-Spurs player, bro.
Who's the ex-Spurs player at Newcastle? Trippier.
Trippier. Man took Trippier, Kyle Walker, and another left.
You know why you confused us? Because you said Trippier's name.
Reece James. took Reece James, Kyle Walker, Trippier. And I'm thinking, where all of these going to fit? And then he's putting Kyle Walker and playing centre back in the back 3. This is the same manager, bro.
Yeah. Again, Trent going correct.
Good.
Trent in midfield.
First time.
Terrible idea. Let me just clarify that.
But you know what? There's been some Liverpool fans that's always said that, you know what? Trent's actually all right in the midfield, especially for him.
Hear what you said, Ivorian range. Fans. You know what I'm saying? That's why they.
That's why they make excuses because he can't defend. Oh, but it's okay. Just put him in midfield.
It's like you just play him right back. You know what you do? You just play him right back like he is because that's where he's best at right back. Because playing midfield is a whole different thing, especially at this level. Go in there against a Croatian midfield with Trent in midfield and see what happens.
And Flores, we'll have to add to it. That's what makes a good manager, being able to hide the deficiencies of Trent Alexander. That's what makes you a good manager. We knew that you wasn't good enough when you couldn't fit someone like Trent in the England squad for a good two years, just ignoring him when you need players that can deliver the ball in the right areas. Like you said before, we live and die off of set pieces. Well, England, tall man, big man, 4-4-2. That's what we do. You know, cross the ball in, long balls and everything. And you don't want to take a Trent Alexander who's a specialist.
I don't get it. How you have someone that talented and he doesn't necessarily have to play every game, but you put him in the team. If you're playing France, no, and Mbappe's on the left-hand side. Of course you don't play Trent. Exactly. That's just stupid. But if you're playing, I don't know, they got Georgia in their group. Yes, you can play Trent in that game. Maybe you're playing against France and you bring him on later. You have to think 3, 4, 5, even more steps ahead. Yes, if the game starts, it's 0 minutes, but you have to be thinking 70 minutes. You have to be thinking the 90th minute. You have to be thinking extra time. You have to be thinking halftime and extra time. What can I do to change the game? Like I said, no, if you're playing France, you do not start Trent in that game. You know what you do? You play Kyle Walker. Because for all Kyle Walker's deficiencies, you know what he has? Pace. He's quick. So you play him. And then you maybe tell Rice or Maino or even the right-sided centre-back or whoever to get over there and help out in regards to Kylian Mbappe. And I'm just using Mbappe as an example. But any tricky winger that's like that. If you're playing Portugal and Rafael Leao starts, I'm not sure who starts for Portugal before anyone says it. You don't play Trent if he's going up against Rafael Leao. Mismatch. Barbecue chicken. You know what I'm saying? Rafael Leao saying lamb chops. No, you don't put him out there. But maybe 60, 70 minutes in, if the game's all right, you know what? Yeah, now I throw on Trent and go for the game. Type of thing.
And you would want a fullback that create chances. Trent is the only fullback that I know that's got a mad amount of assists, like he's a midfield player. You know, so you would want him in those dying seconds, like you said before, in those extra times. If Southgate ever feels like he wants to go for the win and kill off a team in like, for example, in a final, semi-finals, where you need to bring that creativity and make a difference and change, then you bring on a Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know what I'm saying, innit, right?
Big up, Jez.
He will never do that.
I hear what you're saying, and Jez makes an interesting point because I actually don't know this. So Jez, because I've not watched him like that, because he says Adam Wharton has to go, and just says guys speak on Maino being a unique profile. Wharton is the profile England also.
I need to check him out.
What is his profile, just because I genuinely don't know. If anyone in the chat knows, I don't know. Go on, Eddie. Go on.
I'm just the whole Mano inclusion to me is always a tricky one. It really is, because it just seems like it's being all given to him way too early. I understand he's good, I really do, but the problem that happens is when you set young players up to fail, that can have a really bad effect on them in the long term. Which is why I've been saying about him needing a manager in United. Right?
Yes.
Now we're talking about him needing to be managed properly with England while Southgate is at the helm. I think, because I'm looking at that midfield list, he's the only one who knows what he's doing up the pitch in that entire midfield that I've seen. But Jez has spoken on Wharton, that they also don't have, right? And so maybe, from what I see of Southgate, he's not particularly fond of using a 10. Right? It seems like, again, it's a lot of the Ollie same thing, where your left back, your right back, your left wing, your right wing, they're doing the majority of the attacking. Everybody else just sits deep.
Yeah.
I've never seen him truthfully utilize the midfield in the proper fashion. So Kobe going into that situation, it could be tricky. Yo. I pray it works out well for him, but I wouldn't be shocked if people start saying a whole bunch of nonsense because of how he looks in particular games in this Euro.
Yeah, I think you know what the problem is, Eddie. I hear you in regards to too much too soon. You know what the problem England have in that area? There's nobody else. It's not like the attacking area where there's quality in front, where there's senior players. Like if you take Mano out, look at who we're talking about: Mount,
right,
Henderson,
dead,
Gallagher,
dead,
Ward-Prowse, who I think should go, but like shouldn't start over Mano. Hear the names I'm talking. Like, let me know in the chat.
You're basically describing Manchester United midfield to me. That is Manchester United midfield. That's the quality, lack of midfielders.
So what you're gonna
no creativity, no playmakers. That's Man United's midfield for England.
It's probably to start out going to be Rice, Gallagher, and Mano.
I don't think it'll be Rice, Gallagher, and Mano. I think it'll be Rice, Mano, and the attacking player. So whether it's a Bellingham, whether it's a Foden, whether it's like one of those, which I think is the right way to go, because at international football, because you can't buy players, you have what you have. If your attack is better than your defense, you know what you should do in international football? Attack. If your defense is better than your attack, you should be pragmatic and try to hit teams on the counter attack. You work with what you have. England are clear without doubt a better attacking team than they are defensively in terms of quality. That is without doubt universally known. Hey, you know what? You have all this attacking talent. That's the way you should go about it. Hey, you score 3, we'll score 5.
Yeah, but it's
Southgate won't go that, but that's the way I'd go about it. But go on.
The main problem with all these attacking players is style. We've still to this day, just like Eric Turner, still trying to figure out what England's about. What's their philosophy? You know, because it still seems like they've mix and match with that manager Gareth Southgate. So that's the problem. You know, England have so much. They're rich in attacking option, but it's how we play our football that's always been the problem. We never go for it. You know, we have so much flair players. I remember the times when we hardly see players do stepovers. The best we could get was Joe Cole back then to do a step over. We hardly had players with flair, technical ability, players who are able to pass with the ball with the outside feet until you saw Paul Scholes, and only selective players like Gascoigne who was special, who was technically gifted. But now you've got a bunch of players with flair, players who can do skills and tricks. For example, you look at Jadon Sancho, you look at I was going to say Marcus Rashford, but bun him, bro. Bun him. You can't beat a man, you know. But you got, like I was saying before, you got players like that who are capable of producing skills. Just look play like similar to a Brazilian winger as well. But it's just always been the manager, his tactics, his style, and it's never suited all these English players, you know. It's the forward players. It's always been the problem.
That. So yeah, it's like Mano shouldn't be, but it'll be Mano, Rice, and like I said, to me, one of them. So it'll be a Bellingham there, a Foden, a Palmer. Then you'll have the 2 wingers, whoever they are, and then you'll have the striker who will be Harry Kane. But England are stats. But yeah, Trent in midfield to me is a terrible idea. For those asking us about the Portugal squad, please drop the Portugal squad, the provisional squad, or the final squad in the comment section, and we'll discuss it, people. Don't worry about that as well. And I missed it. Let me get to the defenders as well because we haven't actually discussed the England.
They had to bend the knee to Ronaldo. God damn
What happened to Chilwell?
Daddy's home.
Yeah,
Daddy's home. God damn it.
His peak, man. Ronaldo, in 2024. Like, it's crazy.
Hey, more credit to him. More credit to him.
Ronaldo in 2024. At some point, you got to put your foot down.
Let me get these Nike commercials off real quick.
But did he not see his performance in the World Cup where he struggled to run, struggled to pass, struggled to do anything?
Hey, that's not your problem, boss. Let Portugal go ahead and deal with that.
You know what the crazy part is? They got players I like, and him and Bruno are just there spoiling it. Like, Leao's been poor, don't get him mistaken, but I'm a fan of Leao. Spoken about Bernardo Silva and how I rate him. Let me see those two link up, but I gotta see Bruno and Ronaldo out there. They've ruined club football for me for the longest. I don't need them here at international. Like
my fullback, shout out Diego Dallo, mainstay.
I know mainstay, our guy, bro.
Yeah, right on, big dog. Right on, big dog.
Defenders in regards to this is where laziness comes in. You telling me there's not a left back in the championship they could have?
I'm telling you, bro. Or in the Premier League.
Just going out there with a left foot. I can't think of one in the Premier League, but I'm sure there might be one. Is there an English left back in the Premier League?
Chilwell's rubbish. It's gone down.
Ronaldo was the top scorer. Ronaldo was the top scorer in the Euro qualifier. So
Joseph, Joseph, I'm going to allow you because you're a regular here and not actually go and check who he scored against. Because he scored against teams where if I know without even checking, he scored against teams that if I was from that country, I could have played for them countries. If I was a descent of any of those countries by a grandparent or a great grandparent, I could have played for those countries. Let me not go and check and see Estonia and Macedonia and Faroe Islands,
Kazakhstan,
and Latvia and all these. Please let me because I'm not gonna. You know what? I am gonna go and check. I'm lying, but we'll get to that.
No, we know because we know Bruno been scoring against his teams when he's in international duty. So definitely Ronaldo's doing the same damn thing. How many times have we said, Kazakhstan, Lithuania? So if Bruno's scoring, Ronaldo's doing the exact same thing.
Hat trick, talk soon.
Them one's there.
Man scoring against, no disrespect to any of these professions, against electricians, supermarket attendants, and the people stacking shelves at night time, you know what I'm saying, cleaners, etc. I've done some of these jobs, so that's not a discredit. I'm just saying mechanics. I'm saying pilots.
And you ain't lying.
Top scorer, Flawless. Top scorer. You let them cook. You let them cook. Let them cook them spoiled eggs, man.
It's crazy. Ronaldo top goal scorer in the Euro qualifier. I'm actually gonna go and check. But before we do that,
wait. Look, Lewis Hall, player that played against us on the week.
Yeah, you know what? Lewis Hall. Actually, Lewis Hall. Why is Lewis Hall not going? That's a fact. He's an actual left back, right?
He's an actual left back.
He's an actual left back. Why not take him? Yeah, Joe said, but we're not here praising Kane and Haaland for scoring in the Euro qualifiers. Like, if you've been here long enough, me and Eddie in particular, Eddie have been criticizing Harry Kane for at least a year and a half. Like
Haaland too.
Yeah, and Haaland, like, you're not new here, but hey, we move. Oh, is he in midfield or Lewis Hall?
Hey, this is equal opportunity chimney. We got smoke for everybody. Everybody.
So let's not do that. I'm sorry, I'm not praising Ronaldo for scoring against them teams. I'm sorry, but we'll get to the Portugal lineup as well.
You know how it is, how it works. Well, you know how it works. We'll shut up when he gives us a reason to shut up. So if he goes out there, balls in the Euros, we'll give him all the credit he's due.
Facts. Yeah. If he balls out in the Euros and he's quality, then it's not even with goals, it's performances as well as that, and they get to the semi-finals and he was incredible. I'll sit here and say, hey, props to Ronaldo. I didn't see this coming. Same with Bruno.
Hey, no, that's too much, boss. You know what we'll do, because I like to count that little Euro he got. So if he plays a full 90 in the final, standing ovation.
Yeah.
Then he could touch the trophy.
Bless up, Jess.
He thought he was Santos. He was doing the Ollie thing in 2012 whenever they won that joint.
It's mad.
Just on the pitch with one knee.
Yeah, man, I mentioned Mitchell as well. Yeah, Tyreek Mitchell as well. That's another shot. But in regards to England, this is where I don't, outside of not putting a left back in the team, I don't get onto Southgate because the centre back options are not the best. They're really not the best when you look at it. There's no one there that I look at that's missing and go, he should be there.
Yeah, I do.
Go on.
Kai Tomori. Fikayo Tomori should always be
Alright, tomorrow.
selected.
Yeah, tomorrow.
AC Milan player, league
Yeah,
winner,
yeah. Tomorrow,
highest
tomorrow.
level,
I hear
playing
that.
Champions League season in.
Yes.
Dunk, Gay, Konza
Yeah.
are nowhere near the level where Fikayo Tomori plays. Top team in Italy, one of the best teams in Italy, plays Champions League. You can't get any better than that. Going to the Champions League semi-finals with AC Milan, won the Scudetto, but still gets ignored. Is it because he plays in Italy, and a country where they're known for what? Defending.
That's
Tactical
right.
football.
Yeah.
And you want that. But yeah, you keep ignoring these players, isn't it? That's all I gotta say. Southgate, that's how I know Southgate's a scrub. Because you're picking Lewis Dunk, yeah, over a proven defender who can play against the best in the world. Dunk, who has he played against apart from the Premier League teams? Has he played against a Harry Kane in Bayern Munich? Has he played against a Jamal Musiala? Has he come up against a Lionel Messi in his time? No. He hasn't come up against top quality strikers, top quality players, and still gets selected ahead of Tomori.
No,
These are players, there's players that have not played at that level. Mm-hmm.
So then I'm gonna ask Jez, because Jez is putting he didn't play well in the chat. On his worst day, is he better than the players that Ivorian just named?
He's still better. He's better than Maguire. He's better than Kwanzaa.
Yeah,
he's better than Konza.
I think he's good enough to make the. I think he's good enough to make the
messed up.
provisional at least. I think he's
good enough to be part of the squad. He just gets ignored.
I think he's good enough to send it. I think he's good enough for that.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I would say that.
I'm just because again, that's the thing with me. Like Maguire is getting picked every goddamn time. Plays bad, still gonna get picked. Doesn't even play, still gonna get picked. Injured, still gonna get picked. And you have a guy in Tomori who, regardless of how you feel about him as a player, has enough experience to be a part of that selection time in and time out. I just think that is, again, Maguire being the case that I bring to y'all. Is Maguire better player than Tomori?
No.
But Maguire is always there.
Yes.
So it's not even about a team. It's not even about. Oh, shout out, Jez. It's not even about what what they look like this season. It's what have they always looked like.
That's fair. Maguire, by any stretch of the imagination, is not what's it called? Not pulling up any trees.
Yeah.
Like, let's just clarify that. Yes, fam, what are you saying?
Yeah, what's it called? Obviously, big up everyone, big up William, big up Eddie, big up Loss. Hope everyone had a good day as well before. By the way, yeah, I said to link real quick because I want to obviously make my case about that, and I probably can make the argument probably for literally every nation, including my own two nations, Germany and Ghana, where managers and countries just have favorites, in my opinion.
Agreed.
And even though, do I think Maguire should be there? No. Do I think Dunk should be there? No. Even Gomez, I don't think he should be there. But these are guys, in my opinion, who've been in the setup for the longest. And I feel like if he wanted to bring guys like Tomori in or maybe other centre backs, I think he should have done that way earlier. And I made that case actually a longer time ago where I said, bring Tomori's, bring the Braithwaite's, bring the Kwanzaa's a bit earlier. Why you bring these guys into the provisional squad just to cut them anyways for the guys who've been there for the longest? So about Tomori, I don't think he's been as great as people make it out to be, in my opinion, this year. Like I've been a Tomori advocate for England for the longest. I think he's an idiot that he even accepted one of the call-ups for England a while ago, because I think he can't even switch nationality anymore. He can't switch to Nigeria
because he played too.
Yeah, they changed the rules, so he can't go to Nigeria or Canada anymore. So he's even an idiot for even getting called up as well. But I think we all know what this whole thing with the Southgate is. Even though, yes, I agree with the notion that Tomori or some of the names should be in there. My case is more of the fact that realistically, I don't think it makes sense not to call up Tomori when there's not even like an international break in there to kind of get him. Get some sort of cohesion going, because I do think there is a level of consistency needed going into tournaments in terms of players playing with each other together. And I feel like if you go on trying to throw in a Tomori, who's not even, being honest, and I'm being honest as well, Tomori's just going to be there just to sit there and not play, because when does it even rarely happen that even the starting centre backs in a tournament get actually injured? Yes, it can happen, but when do we actually see that? So I feel like Tomori would be there just bench watching anyway. Like I said, I think guys like Braithwaite, guys like Gomez, they're going to be bench watching too. So I feel like Tomori, low key, out of respect to him, even low key, might as well don't call him absence. He's not even going to play. So it's kind of like my kind of way I look at it. Like I think Tomori is probably on that list of centre backs. If you ask me based on ability, I think he's probably second or third maybe in terms of the rankings. But I heard you guys point as well in terms of that he should be getting called up. It's kind of like the way I look at it. Because in Germany, I make this case multiple times. Kai Havertz should never get called up in Germany, but he always gets called up because that's just the relationship that Nagelsmann and Flick has made with him. Same with some of the other scrubs that have been called up for years as well. I think Leroy Sané shouldn't get called up, me personally.
Yeah, you can't go 5-6 months without a goal.
And Nagelsmann
even though Leao did that.
Exactly. But Nagelsmann and Flick did that too. Look how long it took Leao to even get into the Portugal squad, because it took some time for Leao to kind of get the trust and the consistency of getting constantly called up. Now Leao actually is a part of the first team who actually starts. So, and there's a couple of snaps that Portugal missed out because they called up Ronaldo, in my opinion. But it's Cristiano Ronaldo. They're always going to call him up until he says, no, I don't want to get called up as well. Kind of like the Messi situation, I feel like. Messi can still play, though. It's kind of, it's like, this is where I look international football, where I feel like it's always like, kind of with France as well. I talked about it with France. How's Bacola and Ravanda Congo Mali, aka Randall Kolo Moani, getting called up over some of the guys? Look, at least it's French and he's not getting called up. You know what I mean?
At least it's just switch nationalities now.
And he still can as well. Like he could still play for England, which is crazy. So it's kind of like the way this is kind of my case, and just he can play. Yeah, at least he can play for English. He can play for England, Nigeria, France, and Nigeria.
Yeah, we'll play for Nigeria, man.
Yeah, so yeah, this is kind of like the way I look at it. But I heard you guys point about Tomori though. Like I don't necessarily disagree in terms of the ability that he has.
Yeah, I'm just saying. To me, he should have made the squad. That's what I will say. You should have made the provisional squad. Yeah, that's what I'm about with it.
Jez, one thing I have to say is that I know you said earlier on that he hasn't had the best season this season. But he's. I guarantee you, without even watching any of the match, I'm very sure that he's probably had a better season than Harry Maguire himself. You know, this season.
He probably has Maguire, but we all know the bias that Maguire just always going to have. And this is kind of like
that's what we're critiquing, though.
And this is how it goes this is how it goes in international football, where most international managers will do that. I think for example, I think Milian Skriniar is one of the best centre backs in the world, but he's been dog shit all year. But he's still going to go to his country because he's one of the best centre backs that the manager thinks that he should be always playing. So Southgate looks at it the same way. Like Schlotterbeck has actually been one of the best German centre backs in my opinion. But Nagelsmann and Hummels has been one of the best German centre backs. And in terms of form, Hummels is one of the best centre backs right now in Germany can get. Hummels didn't even get called up because Nagelsmann don't want him. It's kind of that's what I say. Like I look at national football in that kind of sense. Even though I do think some of these guys do get snubbed a lot of time. That's why I always say, if you don't get picked, make the switch for a different nationality.
I agree.
But that's why I brought up Maguire in the first place. I think that was our biggest problem. And Ivorian said earlier why he doesn't trust Southgate is because of that favoritism. And we say it all the time, if you want to favor the good players, the great players, that's okay. But if you some scrub and we giving you extra health bars when it should be game over, fuck out of here.
If he was favoring Palmer, we'd all hear it. If he was favoring Palmer, we'd go, makes sense.
But you see that? But this is where I blame England for not sucking Southgate longest, because we've seen the thing that he's been consistently picking these guys because he believes he has the chemistry with them to work with on a consistent basis to start. That's why I say England, you should just suck Southgate, and a new manager is going to pick a new lineup in the back line as well. Maybe tomorrow he gets actually in this time with a new manager. Like this is kind of like where I blame the FA, in my opinion, rather than the manager, because the manager is just going with what he's the most trusted with, and he's just not comfortable switching it up.
Yeah, it's crazy that no left back got in there. Before we continue,
with the left back.
Yeah, go on, Jess. Yeah.
They should have called that Leif Davis from the championship.
That's a championship.
They should have called them.
Surely you bring a left-footed left back, like
somebody can do the job.
Is somebody you just need someone with a left foot who can just run up and down. Surely you've got someone who's that competent at international level. But I mean, who can be competent at international level? Just under 60 people in here, though. We're only at 35 likes. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. Let's bump up the likes. Mods, please get everybody liking and subscribing. Big up everyone that's tapped in. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button on the channel. Make sure you subscribe to Ivorian's channel, Red United TV. The link is underneath in the description, not just on this live stream, but every live stream on the channel you see is you can find this channel, and also as well it's on the featured channel page as well. Get your questions in. I know it is the Manchester United show, but obviously we started off talking about Rashford, Shaw, etc. We will get to the Portugal team as well, because the man was asking. Shout out to Jez, because he did drop me the message with the whole squad. So let's see this. So you got
I can send you the France. I can send you also the France team if you want to.
Yeah, send that through, fam. Someone will probably ask about it. Diogo Costa, Sa, and Patricio. They're the three goalkeepers. Defenders: Antonio Silva, Danilo Pereira, Dalot, Inacio, Cancelo, Nelson Semedo, Nuno Mendes, Pepe, and Ruben Diaz. Midfielders: Bruno Fernandes, João Neves, Paulino, Otavio, Ruben Neves, and Vitinho. And then you've got Bernardo Silva, Cristiano Ronaldo, Diogo Jota, Conceição, Gonzalo Ramos, João Felix, Pedro Neto, and Leao. That's a good squad, you know. That's a very good squad.
They've always been stuck for like the last 3 years.
Like, take Ronaldo and Bruno out of it, then you got an even better squad to me. Like for real. When you look at that from you, Neves, Paulino, Otavio, Neves, Vitinho, that's impressive. Then you got Bernardo Silva, Jota. I don't know too much about Conceição. Ramos is decent. You got João Felix, who I have to give my thoughts on João Felix. And Pedro Neto and Leao.
The Twitch manager thing is Roberto Martinez now.
Yeah.
Wait, Roberto Martinez?
Yeah.
The guy who works for Belgium.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap for them. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's why like Portugal been stuck for years, but I think they're one of the biggest hype.
Martinez with Bruno and Ronaldo in 2024.
They should have got Jose. Just commit to the shithousery.
They could have committed to the shithousery still.
Just commit to the shithousery, bro.
But do you think the Portugal team has too much like quality in terms of the technique there to have Jota there doing the sitting back and all that?
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, shit, it's international football. It's only how long, right?
Yeah, it's like a couple of weeks, maybe. Yeah, it's like a couple of weeks. I heard that.
I think Jose knows I gotta let you be great somewhat, but we're not gonna give the other team chances. But like, again, because how that team, the way it was built, lost to Morocco the way they did, it will always be hilarious to me. It will forever be hilarious to me.
Hey, was Bruno and Ronaldo playing that game?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Yeah, of course they played. What's it called?
I was just making sure, just because my memory's not the best.
So I remember Ronaldo crying and Bruno crying.
Yeah, what's it called? Yeah, remember the video when Ronaldo was walking out into the tunnel, like and he wasn't shaking no hands, and the cameraman was following. Yeah, he was like, he was pissed.
Eli, let me know about.
And he cried. Don't forget, he cried. He cried walking in the tunnel.
Bro, literally,
the tunnel and
bro,
everything.
he was. Well, it was scenes.
Mark it now.
Yeah.
We will see Ronaldo in that World Cup.
Oh yeah,
you probably force himself to get there.
That is crazy. And so Warrior J,
see Ronaldo in that World Cup, bro.
Warrior J, these are the defenders again: Antonio Silva, Danilo Pereira, Dalot, Inacio, Cancelo, Nelson Semedo, Nuno Mendes, Pepe, Ruben Diaz as well. And yeah, Eli, I don't know about Conceição. Who's his club team? I don't know anything about it.
It's Porto. You know, remember the manager. You know the manager. The Conceição, Sergio Conceição.
Oh, is that his son?
That's his son, yeah.
Christ, yo. I remember his pops playing. What? You know, that's crazy. That is great. But yeah, and to clarify about Portugal, this was I managed to find it, the Euro 2024 qualifier group. So these are the major heavy hitting nations that they played. Slovakia.
Oh my God.
Hey, man, Slovakia. Luxembourg, Iceland, Bosnia, Liechtenstein. All right, bet. Okay. If I was probably outside of Slovakia, if I had Luxembourg descent, Icelandic descent, Bosnian descent, or was from Liechtenstein, I could play for those nations.
Bro, people's upon the I saw the point earlier. People literally kill Haaland because he can't help his nation get to the Euros.
Yeah,
Like nobody cares, man. Nobody cares about getting goals against Malta, bro. Malta has part time, like literally. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, that man finished fourth. That man finished behind Slovakia, who are all right, they're half decent, but Luxembourg by 7 points. It's crazy. And they have Odegaard as well. They only have about 8, Odegaard and Haaland, and you can't finish even top 3 in that group. That is crazy. It is. But big up everyone that is tapped in as well. We are going to get to some Manchester United conversation, unfortunately. As you can see,
I'm going to be out of here then.
Big up you guys. Yeah,
we're quick though. Did you see Bayern are in concrete talks with company right now?
Lazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna be out though. Big up you guys.
Yeah, bless up every time.
All right, big dog.
Love, big up, man. Bless up, Jez, every single time. That's just laziness on their part. But Vincent Kompany to Bayern Munich. And this is not even me saying. I'm not even saying he's a bad coach, but I'm saying surely you must have done something more than manage Burnley in the Premier League to get the Bayern Munich job. I'm just saying the criteria surely should be higher. The bar should be higher. And I know they've been rejected by like 4 or 5 managers.
We're still in April, right?
Oh no, Eddie, they could.
I'm saying that because again, these people hired Tommy Tuchel, bro. We don't
they
know.
did, but even Thomas Tuchel, at least you could look at it and go, all right, at least you have a CV. At least you have some form of a CV. Like even if they was like, all right, we're gonna go get relegated. I get it.
Vincent Kompany. Kompany. Okay.
Like
wow.
What is he's managed like? That's just mad. I think it's just laziness on their part. I think it's laziness and incompetence. Like, and I was having this discussion yesterday. Me and Lex were talking about this on the Yardman show, and it was more so like how because the manager market isn't the greatest in terms of obvious names. Clubs need to go out there and find these managers, and it's like they either can't or won't or a mixture of both. Because to me, that's just laziness. That your 5th option is Vincent Kompany and your Bayern Munich. I think that's just complete incompetence. Like whoever suggested that needs to be sacked, in my opinion. Like how you go from so they were obviously Tuchel's there, but you had Ragnick they wanted, Nagelsmann they wanted. Who was the other one? There was someone else I forgot. Can't remember the other name. There's other 2 names that are eluding me right now, but I'm like, how you go from those 2 names to then Vincent Kompany? Like, yeah, and that's it, Jordan. They've had months to plan this out as well. They announced Tuchel was leaving for the longest. They tried to get Tuchel back. The Zerbi was another. It's like, again, that's just me though. Like, I think it's mad. But shout out to Jez for dropping that piece of information. But yes, we've been linked with Mauricio Pochettino. We have been linked. Big up Leon in the court as well. You saying, Leon, you good?
Oh, Bomba Clark. Oh, Ras Clark. Have you man seen the Lennox Lewis video? It's just a
I've not seen it.
Bro, go on Lennox Lewis's Instagram and have a look what he's done to Tyson Fury when he's getting
to check it. Yeah.
Bro, it's too funny, bro. But yeah, I'm blessed. How are you, man?
Yeah. Oh, bless. Oh, bless. You already know.
What's
that was
topic?
it. Javi
What's
Alonso, that was it. We're just talking now about Poch being, obviously Vincent Kompany being linked to Bayern Munich because we're talking about England and Portugal, etc. Like the squads, provisional squads. But we'll go to you, Liam. Poch linked to Manchester United. Thoughts?
Not the worst link. I bet you lot hate it, don't you?
I don't hate it. I'm just underwhelmed by it.
I think Chelsea's a weird club, and I feel like different managers are made for different clubs. Do I think Poch is the probably number 1 choice for all of us? Probably not, based on what we've seen, but he definitely has pedigree as a manager. I can't deny that. I don't know whether a new club with a new, I don't know if a new club with I was going to say slightly different mentality. I just feel like Chelsea's lacking experience. I know we don't have the best squad, but I've seen stuff from Poch that could work in one form. I don't know. I'm a bit. It's hard because anything better than Ten Hag right now is perfect. Isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. But like, I trust man from the chat over Ten Hag.
Do you know what it is? It depends on the deal, just like a player. That's what it always depends with me, with these iffy managers. If you go to Tuchel, we'll give you like a year, prove to us. I can deal with that. If you say to Poch, we'll give you 2 years, prove to us, but after a year, we're going to review it. I can deal with it. But if you start saying to these guys, you're the future of this club, then I start to think, do you know what I mean? So, it's not the worst. We're just going to get linked to managers every week, aren't we? Let's be real.
Yeah. That's what happens.
About right. Sounds about right.
Because reports came out even outside of Poch being linked to us that Chelsea are unsure whether they want to keep Poch or not. So that's where these reports have stemmed from. He's also been linked to the Bayern job as well, Mauricio Pochettino.
I can see him
which again
there.
is crazy. Which again is like laziness, but we'll get to that. Eddie, thoughts on it?
It's like they got this dartboard. All these journalists got this dartboard in their room, right, with different manager names, and they cover their eyes and they just throw darts. And whenever the dart hits, that's what they say is linked to Manchester United. Like y'all got
man said 20 different managers just like that.
Yep.
20, so they gotta say somebody. Shit, they look at it. Did I say his name last week? Oh, never mind. I can't say him again. Okay, we'll go this week. I mean, honestly, if I'm Poch, why would I leave one rebuild to go to another rebuild? And
Money.
like you got, if you gonna give him the bag, you're right, Leon. That's a fact. That's a bar. Like it's gonna be because of the money. But shit, the stress. Boy, gonna have grades, dog. He getting halfway there. He gonna have a whole bunch of them coming to Manchester United right about now. So, I mean, I'm with Leon. Like he's not a bad appointment because their progression throughout the season has been apparent. First part, middle part, they were terrible. Back half, they kind of got what he was trying to sell them on. And you started to see the performances improve and be a bit more consistent. So he's definitely better than Ten Hag. I know it's not a low bar, but it's just, it's a fact. So
yeah, that's right.
I don't hate it, but I just can't believe it if I'm being honest.
I think for me as well, it's like, because United fans are very picky about the census online we see a lot of is like, but we need someone that's proven and we need someone that's this and done stuff and that, yeah. But there's managers every year, like Flawless, you say this quite a bit. There's managers every year that come through that prove to us that they can go to the next level. And if we've not heard of them before, look at the Crystal Palace manager. Do you know what I mean? Like they're proving that. So we either take a gamble, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you look at the foundations and the fundamentals of the manager, and you go, if you leave here, are you going to leave us in a better position? Like if you come in and actually coach players and leave a bit of a foundation, is it that bad? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still going to move us on forward because we're so low right now. Like, do you know what I mean? Go back to like building a house and stuff. If somebody comes in and they're a good bricklayer, but that's all they can do, well, at least you got the bricks there. Do you know what I'm saying? At least you got that foundation there. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. Like, people literally, I see United fans like we're talking in the chat earlier in the ManDem talk chat, and Tyrone was kind of saying he's underwhelmed with like Tosin and what's his name? Is it Mark Gay? Is that how you say his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that,
Well, we know you're talking
but
about.
we're not
Gay
in a
or
position where we
Braithwaite?
say again.
Gay or Braithwaite?
Gay, the one from Palace. So it's like, but we're not. And he's like, they're more of like I'm not cussing Tyrone. It's just what he said in it. We were all talking about.
Yeah.
It's like they're more of a Newcastle or a Villa player. But I said, bro, that's what we are. like, you can't start saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, we ain't no elite good system. We're not, are we? Like, we're not.
No, well, it's to get to that. But I hear your point, though, Leon. I hear your point. To me, like I've said before, and obviously I've been saying in a second, it's like, at least I've done something as the manager. Done something. Be coming off the back of a good season. Win a domestic cup. Run me a Coppa Italia, something. Have something you can point to.
But does a cup show how good a manager is? Because sometimes managers can do the really good things, but just not get that trophy.
But that is true. It's not. It's in addition.
But then does that go back to what you say, Flawless, where you say if you're going to bring in the guy that's not doing the cup, then make it align with the other stuff that you're putting in. So tell us what the style is.
Facts.
Give us a reason why. Okay, cool.
Yeah, like it's not the sole reason. So I don't look at it and go, you've won X amount. That's okay. No, it should be multiple things to get the Manchester United job. It should be, okay, you've won a couple of trophies, but you also have a style of play. You know what I'm saying? You also have a clear idea. You also work well with young players. You've also dealt well with player personalities. You've also been in Europe. Hey, run me Europa League. You've made Europa League quarterfinals a couple seasons in a row. Something to show, hey, you've been there. Because I don't think people understand. I don't understand. That's the wrong word. I don't think people realize the difference in being at a Manchester United and being elsewhere. Or being at a Liverpool, or being at a Real Madrid, or Bayern Munich, or Barcelona. Those clubs we put in the top pot, not in terms of quality, because not of them, they're not all quality, but in terms of stature,
expectation, stature,
all the extras you have to do. When Rio Ferdinand said on the overlap when David Moyes took over, and he was doing the kit launch that season, and he said he went to the front of the plane they was on, and Moyes was slumped in the chair, and was kind of like just like overwhelmed, surprised by what it's like doing a kit launch for Manchester United. And he said respectfully, Everton doing a kit launch is on the pitch at Goodison Park, whereas a kit launch for Manchester United is a whole thing. That's a whole advert. That's not just a day thing. That's preparation beforehand, then the launch, then you have to go and promote it. That's just like, there's so many things outside of managing that you have to do at a Manchester United, for example. Like, that's what I would say. But Ivorian thoughts on Poch. Look at the CP guy.
I think when it comes to that link, I'm just similar to you. I'm underwhelmed with being linked to Poch, because I feel like that ship sailed a long time ago with Pochettino. You know, I've always said it before. Previously, I said I want something that we've never had before. I am tired of taking man's ex all the time. Just Jose Mourinho, now Pochettino. Like, it's a bit too much for me, man. That's like, let's try something new. And like Flawless said, yes, what Manchester United should be doing is going through their specs, their job specification. Can this, because there's plenty of managers that can work with young players. There's plenty of managers out there somewhere that's won titles or can play a specific style. You just need to just know what you want. And with Pochettino, can he play the style that you want as a Manchester United possession-based football? Does he tick that box? I know Pochettino's good with bringing through young players because he's done it at Tottenham. He's done it at Southampton. He's trying to do it at Chelsea, you know, with all these signings and these young players coming through. He's doing that there. It's not been the best with Chelsea, but I know that he has that experience. Yeah. But again, trophy-wise, has he won big trophies? That's a quick question, because I know with France, he also bottled it down there as well.
You're talking about when he's at PSG?
Yeah. The only opportunity where you can get a trophy, you go and bottle it. You know, I know he won the league, the Coupe de France, you know, or whatever it's called.
You got two out there, man. You got
sign in it. But yeah, does he have that? And Manchester United are a big club, and managing Manchester United is not easy. And I just don't feel like Pochettino can manage Manchester United and take them to the limelight now. I just feel like it's just done. Like, we need to move on. Let's go for a new thing, man.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Wilcox is from Southampton, right? Mm-hmm. Was he there? No. Was he there when Poch was there?
No, because he just came from Southampton.
Yeah,
but how long has he been there for? Because he might have been there for like 10 years.
I think no. As in, like,
he was from City. Then he was at City.
He left City, then Southampton.
I was just thinking, because one of the most impressive things for me that people don't talk about with Poch is what he did with that Southampton side. I thought it was
super
really
impressive.
He did well. That was very impressive when he first came.
And I'm happy for him to come in and go back to that. But at the same time, it's like, is he that guy now, or has he changed where he can't do? I don't know. I just don't. You see, the thing is with Chelsea, it's such an anomaly of the club. I really don't believe that Potter's that bad of a manager that people make out. I really don't, honestly. I'm not saying he's an elite manager, but I don't think he's that bad. I'm just seeing a common denominator at Chelsea whereby they I don't know, it's just a mess there, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's lots of resources, but it doesn't seem to. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't seem to.
I hear that.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
I'm not super critical. I'm not solely critical of him, but there's still things like Ten Hag here. There's still things you can do outside of the structure being bad.
Yeah, but you know what?
You can have to, like, to use it in your terms, Leon, in regards to, we're going to like the boxing route. Maybe your gym doesn't have the best facilities. So you don't have things, like, you don't have a heavy bag, you don't have a speed bag, you don't have, 2024 technology. You'll know better than me because you're in that field, but there's still things you can do. You can still skip, you can still go jogging, you can still put in the work, even though you don't have all the utilities, and then go out there and still box to a certain level. And that's why I'm critical of a Potter. That's why I'm critical of a Ten Hag. That's why I'm critical of a Poch. Yes, you are not in great circumstances, even though you lot knew what you was walking into. It's not like this was this great structure and then there was a mass exodus and loads of, and then a lot of the management and the hierarchy left and then it all switched up. You knew what you was walking into. You sat down and did multiple interviews. Ten Hag did, as did Poch, as did Potter. But there's still things that you can do in shape. We finished 8 points off fourth. We should have finished top 4. 8 points. We finished off 4.
I think your point's valid. I just don't know whether it's fair to put them in the same category as Ten Hag and think. Have they?
I just use it as the same. I just use that as an
I
example.
know what you mean. Have they
not doing enough
performed to their best ability? Probably not. But part of me seems that because they're two decent managers that went to that club and both flopped in a way. Yeah. Is there? I don't want to just say a mentality issue, but is there like? Have Chelsea tried to do FIFA and just not thought about their actual build properly? Do you know what I'm saying? Which has then affected the manager. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
You answered the question. You answered your own question, bro. This is Chelsea.
Like,
Todd B.
I think Todd B, I feel like we find out how good Potter and Poch are from this point onwards. I'm not saying with us. I'm just saying what they do in the game after this. That's what I think we do. But I don't know if we want to be the guinea pig testing club for that.
Yeah, why would we go elsewhere and do that? Hey,
ManDem, I would accept it though. Well, I would accept it and back it if it was Pochettino.
Really? Go on, why?
But you just said you're not for him.
No, I'm not for him. I'm just letting you know if we
have to go for it. Are you wearing flip-flops?
I'm not flip-flopping.
Right,
actually, I am. I am. I'm telling you that if you asked me, Ivor and Spice, would you, even though despite what the things you said, would you still go for Pochettino? I would have to accept it because, of course, he's a decent manager. He can do the job to an extent at Manchester United. You never know; he can prove us wrong. And yeah, I'll back him at the end of the day. It is what it is, man. Because you know what? It's what we've had in the past. I'm done. I'm tired. I can accept anyone. I'll accept you guys coming to manage Manchester United. That's just how it is, man.
I ain't accepting anyone. No, I'm not accepting.
It is what it is. We're desperate out here.
I'm the man for the job.
Yeah, man. Bring it, Eddie, bro. Bring it, flawless.
Imagine Eddie's first training ground thing. He'd be like, "Hey, yo, listen. We ain't running no laps out here, man. We playing football."
Yeah. Now I'd hire. You see, again, I'm the manager. I just get the top flights. They go handle the practice. Then when they come to me, I'm like the therapist. You feel me? Like, look, she locked you out the house. She put all your stuff in the front lawn. Hey, ain't got to worry about that. We got hoes back. Yeah. I'll take you somewhere nice. Let me do that. That's what I'm saying. That's the type of manager I'm at. I'm on my Carlo vibe. You feel me? Go out there and cook.
Yeah.
Make me look big. So yeah, I'm the man for the job. But I mean, here's the thing, right? With Poch, like. It's tough to say because the brother might be shell-shocked. Like, you make a good point where it's like, do we want to be the club that finds out that this brother is actually cooked because of what he's been through in the past? From PSG to Chelsea, two of the most hectic clubs and biggest clubs in the world. Then they pull that up then next go to Manchester United. Nah, bro. I don't know. And it's kind of like, but we kind of are the guinea pig club now because you think about it, Ineos.
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Why
the hell are we the damn guinea pig?
If we are the guinea pig,
put ourselves in this position. But
if we are the guinea pig, then do you know what we have to do? We have to say to them, "There's no long deals. There's no long deals."
We shouldn't be the guinea pig.
That's a must.
Yeah. I'm saying not what we should be. I'm just saying if it turns out that they're trying to test and they're not sure, obviously flawless. It goes back to what we're saying. They're now on Ineos watch. That's the first thing. The second thing will be that we put them on like a year deal because I can't deal with we're the guinea pig, but here's a 3-year deal. No, I can't deal with that.
Imagine you got these people who have constructed what a managerial contract is supposed to look like based off of Pep Guardiola and Alex Ferguson. The only two managers who we've seen be at certain places for an extended amount of time just happen to be two of the greatest managers ever to come to this game. People are telling us that, we still need to give, X, Y, and Z big-time contracts because you saw what happened. You gave those guys big-time contracts. Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. We should not be like,
they have to earn it. Even look at Arteta. Arteta's not getting a straight renewal. He's had to earn every part of it. So
he's had to earn it. And also, you could ask yourself this though. As people have to generally ask themselves about the Arteta appointment situation as it stands. This is what his 5th season.
Yeah, I think this would be his 5th full season. He's going into now.
5th full season.
Yeah, because he's 5.5 because he joined halfway through. Yeah.
One FA Cup, right? You look at every other big club. If you told them in 5 seasons this brother would only give you a tournament cup, not even a big European competition or the league, he'd be gone. It's only here in this UK eco where it's like, you know what? Give him time. Let him cook. Trust the process. Everybody in the world will fire this dude in 2 years. Not just Arteta, but Ten Hag. Fucking you name it, Pochettino.
Yeah.
If he was at any other big club, none of this shit would slide. And that's what makes you think, hey, maybe these owners are okay with it.
You'll soon find out.
Maybe maybe the owners see the bigger picture, like you always say. We just don't know. They probably want him to cook.
The picture's blurry, man. The HDMI cable's dodgy. You know what I'm saying? That picture is blurry, man. It's blurry. It's the HDMI cable's messed up, man. You gotta move it so the picture clears up, type of thing. Like that's where it's big up to Dal as well. Orion Goon. Make sure you check out TJ Warren TV because you catch this joker over there all the time. He just put Pochettino. He's an Arsenal fan. Let this be a lesson. And I was thinking this anyway. And when I say what I'm about to say, I'm not saying he's of the same level, but the idea is the same. Pochettino would just be the Mount management signing in regards to look at the happiness and joy that Chelsea fans, you got this crook CP in the chat saying, yeah, Poch. You got Arsenal fans saying, go and get Poch. Where else does that happen? If we were signing a manager of serious quality or serious caliber, you wouldn't have the fans of the fans of the club where that manager is currently at hyping it up. You wouldn't have rivals hyping it up. And you know what this is? 12 months ago with Mason Mount, where you had rival fans putting Mason Mount in Manchester United kits and putting it out. And I've said this before and I say it again, multiple edits. It wasn't 1 or 2, there was 4 or 5. You had Mount where he was in the photoshopped in the shirt from the front. Then you had just the shirt by itself with Mount on the back. Then you had the Mount with the 7 on the back. Then you had the Mount with the 10 on the back. Then you had Mount in a different pose in the shirt. You had Mount in the away kit. You had Mount in the third kit. When has that ever happened before? I've never seen that happen before ever in a player being moved from a club to a club where it's the rival fans who are hyping it up and saying, yeah, come and get it. People, let's not act like it's the thing. People are like, oh, you wrong and Mount's going to be this and that. And what did he do? Nothing. And that's how I look at Poch. Again, what has he done in the past? Since Spurs, what's he done to warrant the Manchester United job? He's done nothing.
It's valid.
He's done nothing. Since Spurs, he did an incredible job at Spurs. He did an incredible job at Southampton. I wanted him when he left in between, before he went PSG. I wanted Poch at Manchester United. Yeah. PSG is one of them. It's a poison chalice. Everybody kind of fails there, so I don't hold that against him. At least go there and win the league. But my point is, surely the bar is where you have to have done something to manage at Manchester United Football Club. Well, what has he done? What has he done? It's just rumors to Denzel Curry. It's just rumors in regards to, because reports are coming out stating that they don't know whether they're going to keep him or not. He's also been linked to the Bayern job. But yeah, I don't get it, like with the Poch thing. And you made the great point, and I've made that point. I'm tired of everybody's exes. I'm tired of it. I've said this. I don't want no manager who's managed here or who's currently managing here. Why can't we go get fresh and go get new?
Man said we're going through West London for the posh exes, you know.
Yeah.
Chelsea exes, that's crazy.
Just hella, why? I just don't like, you've done nothing of note. When did he leave Spurs? 2020? Was it 2018? When did he leave Spurs? Let me know in the chat, please, people. So
it's peak because he was on such a rise there, like he was.
Yes.
What he did with that Tottenham team.
Yeah.
He did a fantastic job with that Spurs side. Fantastic job with Southampton. If we were getting him off the back of the Spurs job, I'd hear it. I wanted him at that point. Before he went PSG, I was, Poch in. Let's go get Poch. Because I think that was around the time Ollie was there as well. Ollie was in charge of us. So that's how I'm looking at it.
You know what's mad about the next few weeks as well, yeah? We've spoke a lot on the streams about Ineos. Our expectations for Ineos, wanting them to come out. Oh, excuse me. And look, I'm bored of Ineos already, yawning. And then outlining what their plan is. So, like, basically, if you bring in a certain manager, like what your plan is, and obviously, as fans, we want to know every specific detail. I don't think we'll get it, but it's interesting. Like, what do you lot think? Do you actually think they're going to come out and say? Do you think they'll give us like a clear, like, you know, from the interviews and the stuff they've done so far? Do you reckon they'll be clear on the vision, or do you think they'll just kind of PR it, or do you think they'll kind of do the silent game and work in the background? What do you think?
It seemed they want to be open with their ideas, because Ratcliffe has done like 2. I think he's done a couple interviews now, So I could see them putting out a statement in regards to what's going on, not like
Like
detail.
this is the first phase,
but yeah,
this is the second phase.
But like a loose idea. Because one thing about Ratcliffe is he has, when he's spoken in interviews, he's spoken very well. Like I agree with. There's nothing I point to and go, oh, that's strange, or I don't like what you said. However, actions do speak louder than words, and we'll see what's what with them. But so far, they've done okay. They've done more than I expected. Are they still on the clock? Yes, 110%. Everybody within Ineos that's working at Manchester United are on the clock. So we'll see see what's what.
And just
I
to
can
add to
see
what
it.
you're
Go on,
saying,
man.
Flawless, we've witnessed my man made his intention with the club pretty much clear in those 2 interviews. He's made his intention clear with what he wants to do with Old Trafford, the training ground as well. So it's interesting to see what Ineos will do, because I don't feel they're bullshitting us all the time. You can see that there's changes that's been made a bit upstairs. Man, them are losing their jobs. Like I said before, they've been losing their jobs since January all the way up to now. There's still people losing their jobs in Manchester United upstairs in the office. And there's still work to be done in terms of hiring. So yeah, I feel like they're gonna put their money where their mouth is and see what happens. Because I'm just not
gonna be reactionary, because I always say this year, this is the last saloon. If they mess us about and they become Glazers in PR, we just have to sit this out and just hope that we can nick a cup every now and then. That's literally the reality of United if the structure stays poor. So like for me, I'm just gonna sit this out, and to be honest with you, I'm going to sit it out for like a year. I'm going to be very on them. Like, I'm exactly the same as Flawless. If they start moving mad, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, you don't need to go. But they've obviously bought the club, so they ain't going to go. So I'm just going to see it out for the next 3 to 4 windows, to be honest with you, like in the back of my head. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to, everyone's got this magical thing. It's going to transform this summer. It's not going to change all this summer. It's going to be at least a few years. I think we might even go back a little bit again at the start of next season. And then by the time it gets to Christmas, you might see a style come in a bit more. And then you might see a little bit of consistency, I think.
And to man asking in the chat, Ornstein mentioned it for those. Like, if you Google it or just go to your socials, you'll see it. Because I didn't even know this as I've just Googled this now, that Ineos met with Poch in regards to the Nice job. Don't know when that was, but Ornstein has tweeted that. So, yes, so they have previous.
Have they just sacked the Nice manager?
Again, it's loose.
I heard
I'm not sure.
The Nice is looking for a new manager.
Sure.
What, is the current one know he's going, or has he been sacked, or what's the situation?
I have no idea. I might be sure.
I read something about Nice.
I know that they've gone
again,
through
this is
6 managers at Nice.
Everyone watching right now, like it's loose rumors. There's nothing concrete, but Ornstein we know is fairly reliable. But because we're gonna get asked about it, that's what we're gonna talk as rumors. That's why I said Mauricio Pochettino linked. It's not no guaranteed. We are not that type of outlet here at Sarcasm City TV. It's called Sarcasm City TV for a reason. Just to clarify.
Flawless. Imagine if they're putting. Imagine this, yeah. Sorry, Eddie. Imagine they're putting Poch in Nice to prove himself as a backup, and then they bring in somebody else. So they're like, let's see what you can do. There could be a job here for you in the next 2 years if you can rebuild that ship. That would be an interesting move.
Yes. Merry-go-round. Yeah, go on, Eddie. Go on. And big up Dal for the super chat. And yes, Stephanie. Merry-go-round about to start, 100%.
Not so much the team, but the league, right? I think people need to come to the realization that it is a farmers' league. It is a farmers' league. It honestly is. And when I look at the gap between City and everybody else, and I look at the gap between that other group, right? City's in the class of themselves, but just the 2 through 10. I think any given year you can see so much transformation from year to year because the quality just isn't there within those teams. And so for me, Leon, I don't think we got to necessarily go back too far because what we have right now has kept us fairly competitive. If you're 8 points off of 4th, and this is the worst team from United you've seen in such a long time, I think even with the manager rebuilding, he'll be able to do a bit better than others because of the tools that a competent Ineos will give him in that rebuilding stage, especially if these are actual ball players, right? Like damn, I hate living in the village. If you got like, you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. The generator just.
You feel me? It just went out, bro. Everybody dancing back there. The music just cut off. Yeah, power just went out. My fault, people. But yeah, I'm watching it on the LTE, so we get out here. But yeah, it's just he'll have some good players. He'll have some good players.
Yeah, you gotta compose yourself. You're doing
know
what?
what it
Your
is?
composure,
You know, I
Eddie.
love
Eddie,
it.
composure.
Eddie, listen, no homo here, but you know I love you, bro, because the reaction that damn, you know what I mean? We don't do that in the UK. Do you know what I mean? We'd be there like in it, flawless. If it went darkness, we'd be like, yo, what's that, man?
Yeah, what's going on?
Henchman. Damn, I hate living in the village.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. It's like it cuts out every
Oh,
time.
Flores, I beg you
I'm
get
not
the
even ready
soundboard, man.
for it.
You've got too many soundboards,
During
man.
the
I beg you
day,
get the
during the day,
soundboard.
I'll be cooling, fans on, everything I'm burning up. Then all of a sudden, just boom, everything cut, and I'm out here burning up for like 2 hours. But nah, that's it. That's it. Would be like United will be if Ineos do what they're supposed to. What I think Omar tends to sell himself as, like if you watch things with Omar in them, he has an idea of what top quality football looks like, which is a plus, right? You don't operate City the way he has been without having that kind of mindset. So this one will take some time. I'm not expecting an overnight, challenge. I think, just be consistently in the top four. We've been a yo-yo team, and we have no business being that. So I think once that manager establishes that, then I can start to think about, okay, now we challenge. But I don't think we're too far off. I think we need to get rid of a lot of players. I think if they're right in the mindset, you can still go ahead and do your thing because the rest of the league ain't that special. In my opinion.
I
agree with
think
that.
you're right, Eddie. I think you're right. I think just common sense that alone would have got us top four this season. So says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I'm not with that. And to Denzel Curry, who says Ineos won't sack Ten Hag. We might as well back him as fans. Big summer transfer window needed. If Ineos don't sack Ten Hag, I'm not backing something I don't believe in.
Man said we might as well.
Yeah, like I'm not wired.
It's not
that
my
way.
mindset.
I can't. Yeah, that's not my mindset, and that's just outside of my football team. That's anything. I can't support something I don't believe in. I'm not doing it. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
not
flawless.
Manchester
You can't
United.
get another gal. May as well just stay with the one that's cheating on you. May as well, innit?
Stay with the
That's
one
what
that's
one
cheating.
thing now,
that's
innit?
what you're basically saying, Denzel.
Yeah. Like that's and I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like. And TJ made a great point yesterday because I made that a similar analogy that you're talking about there, Leon. And he was like, a lot of men do settle. And I was like, you know what, TJ, you right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not.
No,
with
you know
that.
what I was about to say.
Go on.
If y'all look it up right now, you remember Keenan and Kel?
Yeah. Of course.
There's an interview with Kel Mitchell on a Club Shay Shay, right?
Yeah.
Bruh, his ex got pregnant by 3 different guys.
Oh, I've seen it. It's
And
crazy, man.
You've seen that, right? He still stayed with her.
Yeah, he stayed with her. Yeah. It's crazy. It's mad.
That's the equivalent of sticking with Ten Hag. That's the equivalent. What Eddie just said, that's the equivalent. I'm not with that. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Oh, you should still back and be supportive of the relationship. And no, I'm not supporting saying I don't believe it. I'm not.
Best
So now I'm not
up on the
backing
picture
him.
in that. I couldn't believe it.
I'm not backing. No, I'm not backing something I don't believe in. And if Ineos want to keep him, then I know. All right, you know what? You man ain't serious as an institution.
Crazy.
I can emotionally detach, and I can just chill. I'm saying, ManDem United will just relax, will kick back, and just chill out.
If they decide to keep him, they need to make some serious changes with those squads. Especially, we want to see the biggest impact, like a sell of Marcus Rashford, to show us that they're serious about. Okay, gonna keep this scrub Ten Hag. All right, then, cool. Get rid of these players then, because it's either one or the other. Actually, it's both to me, in my opinion. You either get rid of Ten Hag and you get rid of these players as well. But if you're going to keep Ten Hag, you definitely have to have a major clear out. No mistakes. Your transfers need to be bang spot on.
I don't agree with that. 100%. I don't agree with that. I'm not saying you're wrong. Like we all know that. Like we don't want Ten Hag, yeah. But also, we also don't know that if his absolute madness in 2-3 years would actually come through if he got all the players that he want. But I don't see that. I think it's bullshit. But obviously, we don't know. Obviously, the future's the future, whatever. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to trust this guy with more stuff, man. Like, if someone's like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like if somebody's already messing up.
I don't care what they do. If Ineos keep him, I know they're not serious. I can step away and be like, hey, you are not serious. It's like when you see, I don't know, a family member or a brethren do something or have a mindset on something, and you go, that's so far away from what I fuck with, I can no longer deal with you anymore.
If you're on road, listen, if you're on road,
kids running around with a knife in their hand and they're like,
if you're on road, and you consign man the pack, you consign man the pack, and you say, go run that, go on. He goes and shots off, whatever, and then Do you know what I mean? Then he's like, oh yeah, I've kind of all the money's gone, and then you can sign him another one and does it again. You're stupid. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't sign him on the third pack. You mad?
Yeah, exactly. There's certain things you can't do.
Cali's
like you
gone,
said,
man. Bonnet.
You send man. You say, man, all right, here's X. You know what I'm saying, to sell, and they smoke it, and then you give them another, and then they smoke it again.
Yeah.
Now, if you give them the third one, you're the idiot. Like, there's certain things you can't do. It's like, I don't know, family member, friend, and you're like, oh, what you doing? And they say to you, oh, what you doing? And you go, oh, I'm just chilling. You say, what you doing? Oh, I'm just here smoking crack. We can't be in communication. We can't.
It's done, man.
We can't. It's done. Whatever relationship we had is over with. You can't just be chilling smoking.
To relate this back to Ten Hag, it's like, oh yeah, I tried the whole pack and it's not the one I wanted. I wanted the gelato. It's not the gelato. You know what I mean? Idiot. You know what I mean?
This is not what we do. And to Denzel, I do agree with this 100%. We missed out on not getting taken over by Qatar. But this I don't like, because he says United have no right to be successful again. Just because we used to be good doesn't mean we can get that back. Plenty of teams used to be good, then fell off completely, i.e. Blackburn. No, it's not no right.
No, we're not the same.
But you know what Manchester United should do, Denzel? Attempt to become good again. I'm just saying attempt. That's all I'm asking for. And sticking with Ten Hag is not the right attempt. It's a terrible idea. We know we will not be successful with him. So you get in another manager to attempt to be better. And guess what? The manager after Ten Hag might not be the guy. And guess what? The manager after him may not be the guy. And guess what? The manager after him may not be the guy. We may be 7 or 8 managers away from the successful manager. It might be 16. It might be 25. But hey, you know what? If it's the 26th one, go through 26 managers to the point where you get the right one. Because from Matt Busby to Ferguson, what did Manchester United do? Sack managers. All this, we're not a sacking club, so attempt. That's why I don't understand this. It's not about having a right to be good. It makes no sense. You attempt to be successful. You're not successful all the time. Back to the girl analogy. If you've seen a nice girl and you ask her for a number, she may say no. So what? The next girl you see, you're not gonna ask her for a number. No, the next girl you see, you're not gonna ask her now. Oh well, she said no. So this one will say, "What are we doing here?" I don't get this.
The mindset. I see a lot of fans. Yeah, I speak to a lot of fans of that, and that. Yeah, and obviously, like as soon as I meet people who are United fans, whether they're in the gym or at boxing events or whatever, yeah, safe, bro, cool, yeah. Then and all that, yeah, like. And I'll say to the guys, they'll be like, so the guys at football I was playing with the other day, maybe I return back to 5-a-side. These men are like, a lot of these men are like 10 again. Yeah, they're like, but the logic is, I'm laughing at them because the logic is like, it's not really good at the moment, but we kind of have to back and we'll stay in because obviously we can't keep sacking managers to, do you know what I'm saying? Or we need to see a process through. No, you don't create a product line in a business and then it starts to go, do you know what I'm saying? Go wrong and you don't change it.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? You don't make a bad recipe, you just go, oh, just waste them ingredients. And then,
facts.
We'll just follow it through.
You don't serve bad food at a restaurant and continue to serve the same
bad
food.
It doesn't make any sense.
You get new chefs in. That's what you do. And if those chefs don't work, you get new chefs in and so forth and so forth and so forth. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but
correct habits.
About Manchester United, they've been just been dishing out bad food week in, week out, knowing that they're.
But people are saying
horrible.
don't. But people are, you know what's crazy?
It's the PR,
people,
you know. I
know.
People won't say change the chef and change the waiters and change that. No, change. That's what you do. You evolve or you die, you change up until the point that you get it right is the point I'm making. And we may be 10 years away from getting it right. We may be 20 years. It may be 50 years. However, you continue to change until you get it right because that's what Manchester United have done in the past. Every successful team has had an unsuccessful period. Even the teams of Real Madrid have had unsuccessful periods. They went 12 years, I believe, without a Champions League. That's super unsuccessful for them. But guess what they did during that 12 years? Chopped and changed managers during that period until they got it right.
And that's why I rate Real Madrid because they will never have what's going on at Manchester United with Erik Ten Hag. 18 months and you're unable to show us what you're about. Real Madrid will sack you without even winning a trophy at the end of the season. You know, I've seen managers last 6 months, i.e., you know, and Rafa Benitez, who lasted 6 or 7 months because he wasn't good enough, you know. That's why I like Real Madrid. They have that mentality of that. We're not going to have this. We strive to be the best. We always want to be the best. If you don't cut it, we'll sack you, even if it's just 1 month into the game, 1 month into your contract. Even when before we even get you started and you happen to be the Spanish manager, yeah, and you happen to go to the press and tell them you're going to be the next Real Madrid manager just before a tournament, We'll sack you right there because you're causing problems. I've seen Real Madrid do that for the smallest thing.
Like, I've seen.
Why can't Manchester United be like that?
What was the team that have been rioting this season? There's a team that's been going mad this season at the end of the season because they're not happy with what's going on. Somebody was saying it yesterday.
Leon.
Yeah, Leon, and there's another team as well. There's a couple of teams where they've just not been happy, and the fans are like, no, not having it.
Well, in the last couple of years, I saw Nice.
No, this season. Yeah, it's Nice. It's Nice as well. Yeah, they're not happy. Like they're literally like, nope, not having it.
Yeah, it's like to Real Madrid's point. They sacked a manager after winning the league, the summer, because they weren't happy with certain things. Like, it's time to be cutthroat. This whole thing of just keeping a manager just
they
because
sacked a manager before he even started the job. That's how ruthless they are.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, they went 11 years without winning the Champions League. So guess what they did during that 11 years? Sack managers. They went from 2002 winning it, and they didn't win it to 2014. So I was right. 12 years they went without it. Guaranteed during that 12 years they went through bare minimum. Bare minimum, there was like 40. There was 12 different managers. Bare minimum. There's probably more. Like, you chop and you change. Like Manchester United, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, whoever your top 5 clubs are, have all gone on long droughts without winning their domestic league and then without winning the Champions League. And they would have chopped and changed until they got it right. And eventually they did. Liverpool did it. Liverpool had great success during the 80s. Like, we know that. And guess what they did during the Premier League era? Chopped and changed till they found Klopp. When then they had some success with Klopp. Yes, they also had success with Rafa Benitez to an extent. Yes, they also had success with Gerard Houllier as well. But that's what you chop and you change. This whole thing about this.
The only time you don't is when you see something from the manager that they're building when your club's in a state. Like now, the only time you would go, but then you don't stick with it for 7-8 years. You might say, give him another season because he's doing good things. We'll have a look for the other guys, laying a foundation that we know is going to stay here when he's gone. That's the only time in it, and it's not long term anyway. So that mindset, it tells me that a lot of football fans are still like so in love with Ferguson they can't change. Like, the football has changed so much, man. Like, just get with the times, man. Like,
yes. And if we kept with that mindset, we would have never got Sir Alex Ferguson. Because, like I said, from him to Matt Busby, we would have not sacked.
Exactly. There you go.
That same thing.
That's a killer point.
We sacked 5 or 6 managers in between those. It's not like we had Matt Busby, he left, and then Ferguson got here, and we were successful. No, we went on this thing called a 26-year Premier without an English league title. Like, that happened. 26 years. Much longer than the period we are without a title now, but people will tell you this is the worst ever period. But we've gone
flawless. It's the same with players. Pep Guardiola doesn't like a player, boom, next one till you get it right. Till you get it right. Till you get it right.
Like, you're not allowed to get, and all their signings haven't hit during his period. But you know what they did? They said like they didn't have Claudio Bravo. Are we just gonna forget that?
And that's my
Joe
thing.
Hart.
I think our fans are like Kel Mitchell, like Eddie said, they will accept this shit. You know, I'm gonna stick with the girl that cheats on me. You know, fuck it, innit? I'll write it out. You know, that's the type of person I am.
Because I'm thinking, but you know what though? They so quick to have a player sold. What difference does the manager? Why is there some connection to this manager thing? Yo, Pogba, the list goes on and on. Actual top talent you guys wanted out. Now we're talking about a manager who barely showed himself on the big stage, and when he has, it's been an absolute just bottle job. Like, nah, you got to be consistent. Because in my opinion, I think you should rather get rid of a manager before you get rid of a player. Because if I spent money to buy this player, that means I believe in said player. And I've invested 60, 70, 80 million on this player. I need to get a manager who will make my return on my investment. Because that's what these players are. These players are investments. They're human investments. They're more than just numbers on the page. But you have to cultivate investments to get the best out of them. You have to set up the market in such a way that your investment actually eats. And coaches, dime a dozen, in my opinion. Players, very good players, very hard to come by. Very hard to come by.
Yeah. Like, and that's it. You're spot on there. Sorry, I was just reading in regards to what Rory J just put in the chat as well. This is breaking. Manchester United's Not even this. Yeah, this is not. I thought it was in regards to this. What this happened last season. People go fall
Yeah,
for
I've
it
read
again.
stuff like that.
So this is saying Manchester United's transfer budget this summer is little more than 35 million in cash. I mean, you know what's crazy? We heard all this last season, not from you, Warrior J, but just in general.
And
it was
plus, what
50
did we
million.
do?
It was 100 million. 100, and what did spend money?
We outspent whatever it was. We spent over 100 million last season.
Yeah, was it not 200? Was it 200 them? Because it was
Close.
Onana,
Yeah, you got
Hoyland, Mount. They were the three, right? So it was like
that
70,
cost a lot.
60,
and 45.
Yeah, 45. So it was like 200 plus million.
Yeah, man.
It was. And what I thought that was, because that's what I was checking on the phone as well, was we've also been linked to Guehi, from Crystal Palace, saying that him and Braithwaite have two options in regards to that. We'll see. Again, with players coming in, it ties into them. A lot of it ties into the manager.
I think Mark Gay will be a good signing for Manchester United.
In the right environment, yes.
Yeah.
He has attributes I like.
A center back that's actually aggressive, has the ball at his feet, can move. Because I think when it comes to us with these center backs, you look at all of them, most of them, the ones that we've had to deal with for these past couple of years, they're all lacking glaring basic attributes that you want your center back to have. Whether that's Maguire and his speed, his recovery, whether that's Lindelof and his aggressiveness, Evans, his age, just adding him in. Martinez, we look at now, and we have to question Martinez because, y'all have always had smoke for players who miss games. I don't want it to change because Mr. Vamos FC is y'all's favorite. Keep it consistent. Brother's been missing. Now, I didn't like what he showed last game around, but he's been injury prone. So, I think, again, you look at Cambuala, he looks like he can survive a little bit just because he has certain attributes. Right? And so that's where I'm kind of at with the center back situation. I think it's one of the easier positions to replenish. I think once you start moving further up the pitch is where it gets a bit more dicey.
Yeah.
And so Guehi, Tosin, just give a name of like above average performing center backs in the league. They'll be better than what we currently have.
Yeah.
And let's bear in mind, we'll probably be playing one game a week if we don't win the FA Cup.
Yeah, man, we got FA Cups on its way, man. Are you telling me Ivorian? You're not backing it, yeah?
Let me just turn my camera off, man. I don't want to be involved in this. Someone might have clipped it, I don't want to be involved. I'm telling you. I got zero belief, bro.
Eddie, man, all I got is hope, man. Don't take that away from me, man.
That man in the box, one guy up top, just put that hoop ball over the top, man. Flawless Eddie, the leader of the dark arts. The leader of the dark arts.
Eddie, that's all I've got in this going into this final is hope. That's it, man. There's nothing else, man. Hope and Diallo. You know what I'm saying? It's Diallo, Melo, and hope. That's it.
I'm trying to think, bro. I'm trying to think like Coventry looked good.
I need to apologize to Leon and Diallo, bro. I need to apologize to
you shameless shoot, man. Ahmad's a sick baller,
bro. I know.
Talk about Ivorian.
I'm so sorry, man.
Diallo's recent
I'm so sorry, man. The guy's been balling, man. My fellow countryman's been balling. It's because you know what? Man just before in the past never really gave him a chance. But to see him play against the two games that I saw him play, which was the game against Brighton, which he was sourcing, and the previous game before where we won, was it 4-2 or was it 3-1? Which was that game?
3-2 against Newcastle.
Newcastle, he was also balling. And the game before that, he was balling as well, man. The guy's got the talent, he's way better than Anthony. And I'm just wondering, how is Anthony getting ahead of a player like Diallo, where he's able to go past his player? He's intelligent as well. He feeds in the players as well. He can play 1-2s and of course create opportunities. And we've got players like on the other side, like Marcus Rashford, who's unable to create chances. And Garnacho is greedy as well. They just don't look for their mans and feed the strikers, whereas Diallo can. Yeah, and I understand he was injured, but again, he looks great. I'm happy he's getting his minutes. Eddie, are you shocked or you just froze?
I thought you were already on Team Diallo. This revelation.
No. Because I wasn't before, man. I wasn't before.
Eddie might have missed the episode.
I'm jumping
He
on
might
it,
have
bro.
missed that episode.
I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Like Leon, like I said, I have my flip-flops. I'm sorry.
Ivorian, do you have like a part-time
hey,
job in Old Trafford as a top red or something? What's going on?
Like, Ivorian, you're not even. It's not even a flip-flop thing. You just got new information.
Say he was wrong. I did that. That's what
you just got new information. It's not flip-flop thing. You just got new information. We call things wrong all the time, man. I call this
one word
wrong.
to describe Ahmad is comfy. My man is comfy on the ball, my brother. Like that's proper ball, you know. But United fans aren't ready for that because they're like, oh, we want our guys to run down the wings and to do some running and running. Not a running thing.
That's my hope in this final. We got Maino, we got Diallo. Varane came off the bench against Brighton. Martinez is out there. All right, Casemiro, hey, it's on you, man. You know what I'm saying? One last hurrah, man.
Listen, all I want to see is I want to see the players next season end the season well, like the ones who I like. You know, I just want to see like Mino. I just want to see Ahmad, maybe Dallo, maybe like one of the centre backs. I just want to see players end the season and have put in good performances for themselves in it. Because as a collective, City are they're gonna do bits, you know. They're gonna do bits still. So I can't see us winning it. Do you know what I mean?
It
might be a tight game. We might make it like a tight game with a goal if we play our best. But
compete. That's all.
Last year we lost 2-1.
Yeah, but last year we went a goal down inside 13 seconds.
I know.
How about 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the game is 0-0? That'd be a great start. Let's have it. At
no, because then 10 hours going to say we played well 15 minutes. Don't do that.
No, I wanted 0-0 at half time.
I didn't say play well. I even don't forget him at half time because this should be his last.
He's going to come out and say, I think we played well for 15 minutes. I deserve another contract.
I'm just talking about from like give us a shot in this game. How we 13 seconds into the game and a goal down? Like just be 0-0 at 15
half time, please.
I hear you.
Half time will make me believe like you believe.
Hey, United on penalties, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
United, you know what I'm saying? 1-1 overall on penalties. That's the only way we win this game.
I think I'm confident to beat City on the penalty shootouts.
Yeah, for some reason, so am I. I don't know what it is. I'm like, penalties, I can see it, but I don't get it. Big up my guy, don't see as well. Hey, it could be a battering, but I'm just hoping it's not. And to Denzel Curry says, my ideal signings, how long? We ain't got enough time, Denzel. That's what I'd say. We ain't got enough time in regards to who are ideal signings and who. But this all jokes aside, spine of the team is important in regards to ideal. I think we need a new goalkeeper. Varane's leaving, so we now need a centre back. I think we need 2 central midfielders, and I think we need a striker. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 4, that's 5. And then you said 6, left winger as well. That's really right winger. You know what I'm saying? But like, see what I'm saying? There's so many. There's so many. Like
left back,
right? So many.
No, left back in we need a left back. Right back.
We definitely need that
for one more season.
Like an ideal, because he said ideally, but I hear you. To me, goalkeeper, definitely a centre back, definitely a left back. Definitely need 2 central midfielders because Casemiro's going to leave.
I ain't
actually 3 central midfielders. I don't trust. Who do we have in the first team? Like Maino's quality, don't get mistaken, but I don't want him starting week in, week out. Diallo, as much as I rate him, again, I don't want the whole club like it's on you type of thing. Right wing, left winger, we need one, and a striker. We need. So pretty much a whole new 11, then is what I'm saying. Pretty much a whole new 11.
It's always been like that, Flawless.
Is what's required, and you can do that type of thing. But hey, Manchester United Football Club for you, but we can hope. FA Cup final, we can hope. We can do that. But anyways, make sure you follow all the ManDem, subscribe, all that good stuff. Before we close out, Ivorian, let them know where they can find you, what you got.
First of all, you can find. First of all, you pussy Arsenal fans, fam. I have to address this because I have to say, because why, guys? I've never seen a football player cry because he finished second. You know, I've never seen that in my life. You ManDem cried because you finished. I saw Saka cry. I saw Martinelli cry. I saw Odegaard cry. I saw Havertz cry. I'm like, you are grown, man. You finished second and you're crying. You cried,
sad, man. They fell short, man. They were sad.
Expected tears. Tears.
We had the Aguero moment, and we were disappointed. You know, we didn't cry. You know, when Liverpool, who turned Super Saiyan, even Arsenal turned Super Saiyan for Man City. Yeah, best defense in the league, the most goals scored. You know, you get me, the most clean sheets. Still lost. Yeah, and Liverpool never cried. You know, these men cried. Listen, the only time I expect a man to cry finishing second is in bed because they've done it for the first time in their life. They've finished second for the first time, and they'll be like, "Raw, I'm capable of doing this." Yeah, that's the only time a man should be allowed to cry. But you Arsenal fans and you Arsenal players, you make me see you cry because you finished second. You went to your mum and cried to your mummy because you finished second. But anyway, guys, you can find me Red United TV. Watch yesterday's podcast. Subscribe to Red United TV. Follow Ivorian_Spice personally on the Instagram. Red United TV 1 on Instagram as well. Got another show on Thursday, and we've got the FA Cup final watch along. But yeah, man, you pussies, fam. Oh, I'm loving it.
Leon's
there's a couple in here with me now, innit? So
yeah, they need to hear it. You know what? Rewind. Go to.
I've come in and asked them if they were right, and they say, "Yeah, man, I'm blessed. Yeah, man, I'm blessed. I'm calm." And I keep asking me a blessing. There's 2 in the gym with me right now. Big up people. What was it? What are you doing predictions for the?
No. Your what's it called? Your
where they can find you.
Where they can find you. Yeah.
You can catch me. You can catch it. See, you can hear it by the tone of the voice. Arsenal fans are they're a bit up and down. What was I going to say? You can catch me. Leon's Reality. I got some things coming up. Boxing show, a couple of weeks, London, and that. Obviously, we're doing some big things here. I don't know if you guys can see. This is my home gym. Can you see that? One Nation Boxing.
Love that, man.
There you go. So we're in Derby right now. My brethren, unfortunately, fought for a world title eliminator. Unfortunately, didn't get the win. Got quite a bad injury in the fight, but we don't make excuses. He'll come again. He's still British and Commonwealth champion, so we still got some big fights on the card. But just the way it goes, man. Do you know what I mean? He got hit in the 4th round, and his chest blew up here. So you know the top of your lung.
Jeez,
like you know people.
I know what you're saying. That's crazy.
Serious shit.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Froze. That's crazy.
Yeah. He froze. It's crazy.
You know what I mean? You can't throw punches when you're when you hurt that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you can't breathe. Crazy. So it is what it is. But got some good amateurs coming through, and yeah, man, just follow him, man. There's lots of things going on to do, boxing, community work, etc. And obviously we're trolling Arsenal fans on a daily basis.
And Leon Reality, we're still waiting for your video of your thoughts of the Tyson and Usyk fight. You know, you're expecting to release the videos of these big fights.
I don't do boxing breakdowns. I should do that because I can get some people on with me as well. I think the deserved winner won the fight, to be honest with you. I think the 9th round we've been talking about, and we've been saying it's very controversial, the 9th round. By the way, people, if you want to go on Lennox Lewis, the greatest, go on his Instagram account after this and check out the reel that he's put out here, and it's so funny, bro. But Usyk deserved to win that fight. Will there be a rematch? Don't know. Eddie, go on.
What do you think Lennox Lewis will be doing to these dudes today, bro?
Oh yeah.
Real bad man. That's what he is. Real bad man. So but you know what? It's good for the sport, man. There's some good fights. A couple of upsets. I like that Jai Opetaia as well. If you know about Jai Opetaia, he's a real bad man. But yeah, man. Follow me. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV as well. Yeah.
Love fam, you already know, man. So yeah, make sure you follow the ManDem. Links are underneath in the description. Also on the featured channel page as well. Make sure you run up the likes. And yeah, before we do indeed close out, yes, happy retirement to Kroos. Yeah, man. Tony Cruz, sorry. Tony Cruz retired. Well, announced his retirement, so his final game will be the Champions League final, and that'll be a fitting end. That will be a fitting end to what is an absolutely glorious career. Well, big up to everyone that has locked in. There won't be a show on Friday, people, but I will pattern the show. We'll pattern shows throughout the rest of the weeks and over the summer with the ManDem anyway. But Friday, I'm not around because the game at the Molineux is going on at that time. So that's why I won't be here for that. But I'll talk to the gang in the group chat and get that sorted, people. I'm going to redirect to Rance because I'm live over with him in 2 minutes, people. But don't forget, we are available on all audio platforms, people. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts. Type in Sarcasm City TV and this show and all the other shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs, will pop up. Big up to all the audio listeners as well. We're back tonight on the YouTube channel, slightly earlier, 11:30 p.m. UK time for the Manchester United Manchester City show. So Vader, who was here trolling earlier on, he'll be here talking about Manchester City 4-peating and winning the Premier League, and he'll talk about how tough it was and how difficult the West Ham game was and all that type of stuff. And the reason why that show is slightly earlier, because then we're live on the playback, people, for game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And on the community page, I put out a poll as well to asking you lot who you think who's winning both the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. But tonight is Boston Celtics versus Indiana Pacers, game 1.
Jeez, what a game.
So get over to playback.tv/SarcasmCityTV. I'll also, on the community page, I'll do it tonight. I'm going to do it in a second, actually. Be getting your predictions for game 1s, 2, 3, 4, and if it goes up to 7 people as well. But playback.tv/SarcasmCityTV, or download the Playback app from your app store. Head over there. If you have an NBA League Pass, you can watch along with us. So you'll see the host on the screen, and then you'll see the game on with us. I've also been giving out VIP passes for the game. So if you say big up in the chat and be like, oh, I'm such and such from the YouTube channel, I'll give you a VIP pass and you can watch the game with us, people. So no spoilers. It's the same stream, same link. So yeah, shout out to Playback each and every time. But we're going to head over to Rance's channel now. You already know, man. 16.
People, can we just stop for a second and realize the work rate that's going on here? This guy, I was like, I went to sleep last night and I edit till late, man. I edit till like 1, 2 in the morning. Yeah, I went on YouTube looking for this little clip or something. I'm seeing the Yardman edition show. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. This guy's working.
You're not speaking patois and all that stuff. Like,
yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's plantain. Just so you know, you're not in it. Ain't no plantain out here, brother.
Yeah, plantain is plantain, bro.
Nah, man. What you climb the mountain? No, exactly. You climb the mountain.
All right, cool. We're gonna close out, but love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.
Pray for Eddie's electric